What kind of update do you have on Norris and Kulich?
Norris, depending on treatment, will probably make the trip. Kulich, not feeling as well today, so he's in the concussion protocol.
I'm sorry, did you say Norris will probably?
If everything went well today with the off-ice treatment, he'll be making the trip.
So you need to see Kulich have some improvement before he might show up on that trip.
Yeah, so, that could be tomorrow. It's a day by day to see where he's at.
JJ on schedule to go with you guys?
JJ is coming, feeling really good, but obviously he hasn't practiced. But got a really good report on him today.
So is it possible he could play tomorrow or no?
I think it's possible, based on, he only skated this morning, so I guess we just weigh how that goes.
The four games coming up on the road. First with the Bruins, they're so different with all the moves they made. Is it more just pay attention to what your game is and worry about what the Bruins are going to do?
Yeah, we have to play a better game on the road. We haven't played. I thought the last 40 minutes in Montreal was good hockey. The Detroit game was not good in any sense. We got to simplify our game. We got to take care of the puck better. We got to stay out of the penalty box on the road.
Are you playing with enough, enough intensity, enough purpose on the road at times? I mean, it's hard to believe when you sit here in the middle of March and look, you have 9 road wins. And it's just, you see some of the way you guys play at home. How do you translate some of the jam we see here to some of the games on the road?
I think, we've played better defensively, a lot better defensively at home for the most part. And we got to take that on the road with us. Keep it simple, manage the puck, look for opportunities. I go back to the last time we were in Boston. We played a really good game. That late penalty hurt us. Then we went to the island right after that and played a really good game. That's the type of hockey we need to play. Patient, and then when you get your opportunity, take advantage of it.
And really, that's 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago.
Yeah,
really, to see that
I'm
kind of
talking a
play
long
on the road.
time, yeah, where I'm reaching back and looking at games that I really liked.
How has Peterka responded to the workload? I mean, he's never played this much in his career, at least as a pro. And how do you think he's just handled it?
I think he's handling it. I thought, solid game. I mean, there's been ups and downs, but sometimes it's tough to judge your goalie's performance. When you got to look what he's been facing. But I think from an energy standpoint, he's handling it fine. Mentally, I think he's welcomed the challenge. He likes to play.
Go ahead.
What did you like about Peyton Krebs' game yesterday outside of the fight?
The back check he had on the 2-on-1. The back check he had on the 5-on-6 play that allowed us to, end up scoring the goal that tied it and eventually win it. Just his, there's not a play he ever quits on. He's got a great engine. His skating. I didn't know a lot about him. I know his skating has greatly improved from even, I guess, from the Rochester days when he was there for a little bit. That is the type of engine that keeps you in the game and keeps you on a team, and it defines, where he wants to get, probably where he was drafted as his skill to becoming this guy that can go up the lineup, go down the lineup, get involved physically. He defends well. He battles hard in the face-off dot. And I think he has to claw for almost every inch he gets in this league. And you got to give him a lot of credit for fighting for that.
Do you feel there's more there on the offensive end for him?
I do. I've had conversations with him about there's been great opportunities to shoot the puck. I'm going to reference the San Jose goal in San Jose where he shot short side top corner. There's odd-numbered rushes where, he's always deferred to pass, or he's been in the offensive zone and, he's looking for a better play sometimes. So I'd like him to shoot a little bit more. I think his mentality is he's kind of looking to make a better play.
How tough is that a guy who, you know, gets drafted as a more skill-based offensive type player, and they get to the league, and it's like they're put into the roles where it's, oh, you got to defend, you got to be physical, you got to stick up for teammates. That adjustment, how is it to help a guy weather that?
You know, I think you've seen him in a lot of different roles with us. You've seen him on the power play. He was in the power play earlier in the year for a little bit. He played up. There was a couple games he had 20-plus minutes. You know, when we went with 11 forwards and kind of double shifted him. You know, the opportunity's been there to, you know, maybe produce more offensively, but just it hasn't quite happened. But he's the type of guy, you know, when I can take a guy and, you know, put him up there at left wing or right winger, he can play all three positions. And he's good. When you get him in those situations, he's really comfortable with it.
Sam had, you know, he was on that for that first goal against, but he seemed to settle down and played one of his better games this year. Just what did you notice from Sam yesterday?
Yeah, you know, I think he let a guy go on the first goal. But I thought, again, use the speed. I mean, that's what you're looking for. Use your speed. He took one hard to the net. He made a couple plays offensively where he was on the puck. You know, that's really what we're looking for. Like, just be tough to play against. Use that speed.
And that overtime shift is a clear reward, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we had to, you know, I was a little worried about, you know, Eichel with his speed, and thought we'd throw our speed guy out there, and he was having a good night. So thought, let's give him a look at 3-on-3.
It was interesting last night, or yesterday, he said to us that, he goes, we're finally starting to look like a team. And he said, whether it's on the ice or things that we don't see behind closed doors, he said it's different the last couple of weeks. Are you seeing those same things?
I think we know where we're at, so we're trying to create this identity of where we need to be and what type of team we need to be and how close we need to be as a team. We're working hard at that part of the game behind closed doors about what does it mean to be a teammate and how hard you need to work for each other and how hard you need to, you know, all references, you know, the Krebs back check again on the 2-on-1. That's a mistake that our D made, but that mistake got covered up because of how hard a teammate worked. That's a key part of being a good team. That I'm going to do whatever I can to bail you out of this situation.
How do you work on that? Because some of it, I'm sure, comes naturally, right? Guys caring about each other and kind of having that within them. But what can you do to kind of?
I can tell you that all these years, not everybody is going to like each other on any team. I don't care what sport you're in. But for that period of time when you put the jersey on and you're a Buffalo Sabre for 3 hours, or you're practicing, you're a teammate. That for me is the most important part. You do what you have to do for a teammate.